This presentation is for Bobby Williams, Athletic Director, and Chris Thompson, Associate Athletic Director of Sam Houston State Athletics. Elon Musk, CEO of Tesla, offers his single best piece of advice, which is to constantly think about how you could be doing things better. All organizations should adopt this philosophy of continuous improvement. As a member of Sam Houston State Athletics, I intend to provide recommendations for improvement of your communication. As you saw in my audit report, I have many ideas for change. However, today I will focus on 2 recommendations, which will save your organization time, money, and morale. These recommendations require you to adopt time-structured agendas for meetings and to implement video conferencing in place of teleconferencing. This presentation will only take about 5 minutes of your time, so please hold any questions until the end. First, we will discuss your organization's use of meetings. As you know, meetings occur at least on a weekly basis. However, they do not follow a structured agenda. This is quickly adding unnecessary time in meetings, which takes away from productivity in other areas. I recommend you implement a time-structured agenda for which every meeting to follow. If you simply follow the necessary prep time for these meetings, you will see tremendous results in time savings. Imagine people motivated to participate in meaningful but concise meetings. Victor Littman, writing for Forbes magazine, argues to spend twice as much time on agendas to spend half the time in meetings. Think about the time wasted without formal meeting guidelines. This time equals money that could be better and more productively used elsewhere. And if you calculate the savings, it includes more than wages. You also have to add the benefits that you're paying. That's quite a bit of overhead to pay an employee to sit around to cover unnecessary material. This practice doesn't make sense to me. You wouldn't pay for such an inefficient and ineffective piece of equipment. Why should meetings be any different? Speaking of equipment, your department regularly uses teleconferences. However, this mode of communication lacks facial expression, which weakens the effectiveness of messages. This can result in the misinterpretation of vital information. I suggest replacing these teleconferences with video conferences. The equipment necessary to do this comes standard with most computers today, but can be easily purchased and installed if necessary. Either way, you cannot put a price on message accuracy. It's priceless. One popular set of statistics shows, as seen in the graph, 55% of a message comes from a speaker's appearance, facial expression, and posture. This means that teleconferencing is only capturing 45% of messages. Think about all of the crucial information discussed in these teleconferences. It is imperative that you capture every bit of information. You're doing more than just communicating during these conferences. You're building relationships. These 2 recommendations, the adoption of meeting agendas and implementation of video conferencing, provide a great opportunity to enhance your organization's communication. I suggest you begin implementing this summer so that the organization will become familiar in time for the busy fall semester. You will quickly see the savings of time and the appreciation of staff in a more efficient and effective system. Change can be uncomfortable, but it is natural and necessary. Elon Musk's advice for continuous improvement speaks volume about its importance in contemporary organizations. As leaders of your organization, these changes start with you. Thank you so much for your time. I will be now taking questions. As I said before, we wait for the end. Okay, I have one question here. How do we get our fellow universities, the NCAA, and other contacts to also adopt video conferencing? And I would suggest doing what I've done here today in a presentation or in a meeting, now that we know how to properly use these. Once you discuss the benefits and the ease of adoption of these technologies, I think they will go for it. Many of these contacts may already have the capability, but are just afraid of the change that involves with this new communication technology. I would just suggest being bold and taking the first step. Thank you.